It's an exam question about plant transport, and it says the cells shown in figure 2.1 are adapted for transport in flowering plants. Then you're given figure 2.1 and this diagram here. So looking at this diagram, in terms of transport, we know this is xylem, and its transport is water up the plant. Looking at this diagram here, we can see that it's a hollow tube that we've got pits that we've got these rings which are lignified walls or rings, and that's waterproof. The end walls of the cells are missing. This lumen here is wide. It's a hollow tube, so there's no cell contents. You can clearly see there's no nucleus, ribosomes, vacuoles. These cells are in fact dead cells. And this will be completely filled with water, and it'll develop like that. Okay, the first part of the question then says, A, name the tissue in which these cells are found. Well, the tissue, as we mentioned, is xylem. Okay. Second part of the question says, identify and explain two features. So we've got to both identify and explain. You've got to do both of these cells, adapt them to their role in transport. So we know it's the transport of water. So we need a feature and role. So there's more than two features I want to talk about. So I'll just turn the page over. Okay. The first feature we talked about is the lignified cell walls. They prevent collapse. Under tension when the water is being transported, and also they allow adhesion the water molecules are attracted to the lignin, so they stick to the lignin to attract. There's a strong adhesion to the lignified walls. We're not talking about waterproofing. That's nothing to do with its role. Right, we also said there was lack of cell contents. The hollow, that's because they are dead cells. And that allows free flow of water. There's nothing in the way that's going to cause resistance. Right. The end walls are missing. There's no end walls to each cell. Again, that allows free flow of water. There's pits. You can call them holes. That allows lateral movement. What I mean by that is that between these two Xylem vessels, through the pits, water can move between the Xylem vessels. So if there was ever an air bubble, the water will simply move laterally through the pits and up the next Xylem vessel. It's got a wide lumen, which again allows ease of flow, less resistance to the flow of water. And it's a continuous water-filled tube. Because the cells are stacked end on end. And that allows water to move considerable heights. If you think about the heights of some plants, for example trees, the water can travel great distances, and that's because these are water-filled tubes that the cells are stacked end on end, so you get a single continuous tube. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 features that you could talk about. You need one feature and one role in each section. There's no mark given for just a role on its own. So you can get marks for a feature on its own, but for the second mark, you must include the role. There's a copy of the mark scheme just for your reference.